Rare Voice is the phone in my home.
It's the one I can afford.
Rare Voice gives me lower LD.
And you know it gives me more.
I get local calls for free, and I can win big prizes too. Rare Voice makes my family rejoice. Rare Voice is the choice for me.
Your new home phone is here. Sign up for Rev Voice today, and you can win great weekly prizes and a brand new Honda CR-V from Nassau Motor Company. Get Rev Voice home phone for as low as $14.99 a month. Call us at 601-8992 or visit us online at cablebahamas.com/RevVoice. Rejoice this Christmas with Rev Voice.
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into MB12, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, we reveal just how much money web shops rake in each year as the Vote Yes campaign kicks into high gear. A report to soon be presented for the creation of a family court system, plus plans to trade and share education and culture with Morocco. We've got those stories and so much more coming up. I'm Paige McCartney, and MB12 starts right now. Welcome once again to MB12. Many figures have been thrown out there regarding web shops' contribution to the economy and how much they would be taxed if they're regularized following next month's gambling referendum. However, today a veteran banker and consultant for the Vote Yes campaign gave some insight into how much money numbers businesses actually make each year. His comments came during the first news conference held by the committee responsible for those Vote Yes billboards springing up throughout New Providence. Fonique Toot reports.
Major web shop operators in the Bahamas reportedly rake in between $100 and $120 million a year. That's according to a survey conducted on these profitable businesses last May.
With the help of 100,000 account holders, Numbers houses have evolved into sophisticated, technology-driven, multi-million-dollar businesses, injecting more than $30 million into the local economy annually. Consultant for the Vote Yes Bahamas Committee, Paul Major, pegged their net profit at more than $60 million.
So the real number that's being played is probably somewhere around $120 million a year. And the net after payouts from winnings and after operating expenses is probably somewhere around $60–70 million max.
Vote Yes, which is a coalition of private citizens, consultants, and business persons, held a news conference today. Major says operators' net profit is just a small fraction of the money played and replayed. He says the survey, which also examines to a lesser extent smaller operators, revealed that web shops generate between $370 and $400 million. However, he was quick to point out that figure includes recycled money.
For those of you who do play, you do know that if you spend $1 and you win $800, if your number comes straight, chances are you of that $900 that you win, you will go and probably take $5–6 out, go pay your light bill, do whatever you want to do, and the rest you leave to play. So that, let's say, $400 that's left that's replayed, you put the multiplier effect on that of 50–60,000 people playing. There's a lot of money that's being recycled to get to that $400 million. That's not $400 million fresh dollars somebody take out of their pocket.
Major estimates there are 100,000 account holders and an additional 50,000 people who play numbers but don't have accounts. Lead spokesperson for Vote Yes and former Free National Movement Member of Parliament Teresa Moxie Ingram says, considering the role numbers houses play in our economy, it's about time government took steps to correct what she feels is a glaring travesty.
Today, these web shop operators, all of their direct and indirect employees, all those patrons and winners, all of their charity recipients, those persons and individuals and organizations who benefit from donations from these operators, indeed even the government, because the government complicitly accepts Social Security payments, the government complicitly awards business licenses, even the government then. All of these people are operating outside of the law. There's something stupid about that.
Moxie Ingram says Vote Yes has the support of major web shop operators. Campaign coordinator Ron Roll revealed that 1,000 people will hit the streets as part of a campaign comparable to that of a general election.
Well, I'm basically just responsible for New Providence. And being that New Providence has 24 constituencies, we will take the approach whereas we will have the Yes Vote campaign felt in the 24 constituencies by canvassers, persons doing door to door, and getting the yes vote out and to show that we have sufficient numbers in the box to carry the referendum through.
Campaign coordinators say they won't just be targeting New Providence voters. They plan to take their message to other islands in the coming weeks, particularly Grand Bahama and Abaco. Reporting for MB12, I'm Monique Tude.
Well, just last week, Commissioner of Police Ellison Greenslade warned would-be armed robbers that their next target may be a police officer in plain clothes. Well, that was the case last night when an off-duty police officer shot and killed an alleged robber who reportedly attempted to hold him up using a high-powered weapon. At the scene of the shooting last night, head of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Roll, told MB12 the officer was leaving a home in the area at around 8:45 when he was approached by an armed, masked man.
Off-duty officer exited the home of his relatives and was about to enter his vehicle that was parked in the front of the yard here at Rupert Dane Lane when he was accosted by a male who produced what appeared to be a automatic weapon. The officer got his licensed weapon, discharged one shot, hitting the assailant to the upper body, fatally wounding him.
Police say they are confident the officer did not know his alleged attacker.
This male who accosted him was dressed in all black, wearing a black tam and a black mask on his face.
Do you know the age or the approximate age?
No, he seemed to be in his early 20s. Yeah, but we had to demask him and take his cap off his head to kind of get an identification of an idea of his age.
Roll explained the investigative process when off-duty officers shoot an armed civilian.
We conduct investigation, the same. At the end of the investigation, the file is forwarded to the coroner. The coroner was here and visited the scene already.
Police have classified this case as a killing in the course of a robbery. Well, the combination of speed and that dense fog that blanketed New Providence this morning was the cause of the country's 44th traffic-related death this year. Police have released the identity of the traffic fatality victim this morning as 72-year-old Howell Tinker. According to officer in charge of the Police Traffic Division, Superintendent Ken Strawn, police were called to the scene of the deadly accident on John F. Kennedy Drive at around 5 this morning. Strawn said officers responding met a man lying in the middle of the road near Lake Cunningham. He said 3 vehicles were traveling in the same direction along JFK when the driver attempted to overtake 2 of the vehicles and lost control, smashing into a pickup truck. The driver of the truck also lost control, and that vehicle flipped to the side, ejecting that driver. In the process, the driver died en route to the hospital. Strawn says while speed was definitely a factor in the crash, that fog played a major role as well. Well, there's been talk concerning the establishment of a more concise and compact family court for years now. But over the past few months, a special committee has been compiling a report on how the family court system should be revamped. Our Jasmine Bonmi has the details.
A key recommendation in that report is moving family courts out of this multi-million-dollar facility. The Family Court System Committee, headed by former Justice Ruby Nottage, today submitted its report to Attorney General Allison Maynard Gibson. That report contains an action plan on implementing a family court in New Providence, recommendations on a location, and suggestions for other agencies to include in the facility. Maynard Gibson said the committee has a very big vision that will bring about fundamental change and hopefully secure the future of the Bahamas. Social Services Minister Melanie Griffin echoed the Attorney General's comments, saying the overhaul of a disjointed system is long overdue.
It is a very big vision. It is a fundamental change, a foundational change. It's transformative of not just the way that we look at things, but it will change our society for the better.
It is something that social services, the Ministry of Social Services and the department have been looking forward to for a very long time. For far too long, issues regarding the family have been dealt with in a disjointed manner. And this focus on bringing everything together and a multidisciplinary approach, I think, is what is needed.
According to the former justice, the committee is recommending the use of 18,000 square feet on the second floor of the town center mall. She says the court's current placement spread out through the new magistrates court complex on South Street is simply not the right location, as it mixes family cases with criminal cases, which Nottage says is not ideal for such private matters. The report states that the family court should have a holistic approach, suggesting that the facility include mediation, legal aid, social services, and child care facilities, among many others.
It is our desire that an application, when made to the family court, moves expeditiously, is not stalled because you happen to be in the magistrate's court. You then have to wait until you can file another action in the Supreme Court and run there. No, everything is on the same spot under the same roof. And so the facilitated or expedited movement of your application can take place.
Attorney General Maynard Gibson says she will submit the report to Cabinet before the end of the year in hopes of getting work started as quickly as possible. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.